Okay, today we're going to do a quick review and then we're going to do a little practice. Okay, so we're going to start by finding the slope of two different lines. The first line you're going to be given 2 points, and the second you're going to be given the line. Okay, so I'm going to run through these. If I'm given 2 points, I know that I have x1 and y1, and I have x2 and y2. Okay, the x's always come first, and the 1's have to go together, the 2's have to go together. And then I use my formula. y2 minus y1, so that's 2 minus negative 1 over x2 minus x1, so that's negative 3 minus 3. So that gives me 2 minus negative 1 is positive 3, and negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. So 3 over negative 6 simplifies to negative 1 over 2. So the slope is negative 1/2. When you have a line, you find 2 points that go through integer coordinates. So I'm going to use these 2 points here. And then I see that it goes down 2, because I'm going from this point to this point, so I had to go down 2, and then I had to go right 1. So that means I went down 2, right 1. So the rise is negative 2, the run is 1. So I have negative 2 over 1, so the slope of this line is negative 2. Okay, now these next two are similar, but this time we're going to find the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, the first one you're going to be given the equation y equals 1/3 x minus 4, and on the next one you're going to be given the line. So you need to find the slope and the y-intercept, or the m and the b, for each of these. Okay, so for the equation, this is easy because it's already in slope-intercept form. So this is y equals mx plus b. So that means this is my m, this is my b. So the slope, m, is 1/3, and the y-intercept, b, is negative 4. Alright, and for the line, I need to find 2 points. Here's one that goes through a good point. Here's one that goes through a good point. So I'm going to use that point and that point. Now I need to find my rise over run to find my slope. So I'm going to rise and run. I see that I'm going down 1 and I'm going right 2. So my slope, my m, is negative 1 over 2. And to find the y-intercept, I'll just look for where it crosses the y-axis. So it crosses the y-axis at 1, so the b is 1. Okay, and now you're going to be given an equation, and you need to graph the line. So the equation is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. And here's the graph. So the first thing I need to do is I need to identify m and b. Every time. I always need m, I always need b. Okay, well, since this equation is already in slope-intercept form, this is y equals mx plus b. So I already have m and I already have b. So the m is negative 2/3. And the b is positive 1. So now I can graph my line. When I graph the line, I always start with the y-intercept, because it tells me where to begin, the slope tells me where to go. So I have a point at the y-intercept of 1, and then this tells me I need to go down 2 and right 3. So I'm going to go down 2 and right 3 and put another point. Those 2 points are where my line goes through. So this is my line. Now, don't forget that if the slope was something like, if slope was -2, then you have to rewrite that as -2 over 1 so that you can see that it goes down 2 and right 1. So if we had a line that had a slope of -2 and a b of 3, then I would start out at 3 on the y-intercept, on the y-axis, and I would go down 2 and right 1, and that would be my next point. So that would be where my line would cross through. So that would be the graph of that line if it had a slope of -2 and a y-intercept of 3. Okay, now for this one we need to be able to write the equation. So for the first problem here, I give you the slope and the y-intercept, and you need to write the equation. And for the second problem, I give you the graph, and you should be able to write the equation. Okay. Now, if you, looking at number 1, if you know the slope and the y-intercept, you should be able to write the equation every single time. Okay, because all you have to do is insert the m and the b into slope-intercept form, and you have y equals 4x plus 3. That's it. You take the 4 and put it in where the m goes. You take the 3 and put it in where the b goes. And that is the equation. Now, for number 2, again, I need to find 2 points. Well, this looks like a good point down here, and this looks like a good point here. So I'm going to go from this point up to this point. So that means I'm going to go up 2 and right 1. That means that my slope, my m, will be 2 over 1, which is just 2. Then I need to find my y-intercept. My y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. It crosses right here at the 1. So the b is 1. And again, once I know m and b, then all I have to do is plug the m and the b into the equation. So I have y equals 2x plus 1. And that's the equation for this line. Okay, now that's the end of our review today. Now you're going to go practice. Okay, you can refer back to this video at any point that you need to review a little bit more on how to do any of these skills. But you're going to log on to iExcel. You're going to go to level K, and you're going to do sections S3, S4, S5, and S6. And you need to get 1 ribbon on each of the levels. Good luck.